Hi there guys, I'm Sophie. Welcome to Soft Focus. It's Halloween and we're locked in, and since there's no real danger of having to socialise this year, I thought I would share with you one of my favourite types of horror movie, the horror anthology. Now, horror anthologies are movies within movies, and they usually use some kind of framing device to tie it all together. They're perfect for people with a short attention span, and they've got the cozy ghost stories vibe of sleepovers and campfires. I guess I really did have to pick one of the Creepshow movies, not only because of the great stories that they tell, but because of the special effects too. Now, Creepshow 2 has 3 stories as opposed to Creepshow's 5, but they still have Stephen King writing the stories. Framing this one is a kid called Billy. He enjoys reading the Creepshow comic, and he goes to order some things out of the Creepshow magazine. He orders Venus flytrap bulbs. Unfortunately, he does get bullied by some thugs and they smush his bulbs. But not to worry, because he leads them off and they get eaten by giant Venus flytraps. Sorry about spoilers. So the first story is that of Chief Woodenhead, who is this innocuous wooden statue of a Native American chief. He stands outside a general store in the town of Dead River. The owner of the store, Ray, takes a lot of pride in it.
Ain't too bad. That ain't too bad at all.
Though his wife Martha wants him to retire. Even though the town owes him a lot of money, he feels as though that town has offered him so much more.
It's just that we took a lot of healthy profits out of this town. Just like to give some of them profits back in its time of need.
Speaking of which, this guy Benjamin rocks up and offers Ray the jewelry of his people as contingency for the debts. Ray tries to decline, but Benjamin insists, and Ray says he will guard them with his life. Funnily enough, that night, a Native American man known as Sam turns up with 2 cronies to rob the place. We learn Sam is Benjamin's nephew, who has already robbed the place before, and he definitely, absolutely is going to Hollywood, and it's all because of his hair.
As soon as they see this hair, they're gonna say, Sam, get over here.
Anyway, he's really mad that there's no money in the till, and Martha ends up getting shot. Point blank with a shotgun in the side.
Holy God, holy Jesus!
And then Ray gets shot. Well, this is enough for our Chief Woodenhead, who is ready to enact revenge on the people who killed Ray and Martha, and he gets up off his plinth and... The chief picks off the first 2 kids really pretty easy and unceremoniously. The kills aren't very interesting, but that's not really the point of it. Then we get to our leading man. He's still admiring his hair because there's not much else to do in Dead River. Woodenhead corners Sammy Boy in the bathroom, Sammy's dragged through a wall, and quite predictably, he's scalped. Benjamin wakes up and finds the jewelry at the foot of his bed, so he naturally goes straight to the store to find out what happened. Standing outside the store is Chief Woodenhead with Sam's scalp in his hand. Benjamin nods, but he doesn't actually do anything about all the gruesome murders inside the store and elsewhere. He doesn't seem that bothered. Overall, it's a really cool story that lives up to expectations of being just spooky enough without using the classic horror monsters. The Raft is the second story, and we open up to some teens driving in a yellow car, smoking some weed, ready to go swimming.
This has been a long 50 miles.
I don't believe we're going swimming.
But all I can think about is this girl goes to a university named after a hot bedtime beverage.
She knows that they need special care and protection during the monsoons. That's why she gives them Horlicks every day.
It's also a tie-in to Creepshow's The Crate before anyone in the comments gets there. So they roll up to an empty beach beside a lake, strip off and get straight in the lake, except for one girl who decides that she's going to dive straight in wearing a sweatshirt and shorts. So they notice some ducks are getting pulled beneath the surface for some reason as they swim towards the raft in the center of the lake, just in time to see a circular floating thing that looks like a load of bin bags. Evil bin bags. And it's coming straight for them. Poncho is the only one that seems bothered, while they wonder whether this is an oil slick.
I mean, what is it?
I don't know. I can't get worried about it, man. I mean, no matter how hard I try, I just can't get worried about it.
Predictably, for these kind of situations, Rachel touches it and it drags her in and it looks awesome. Though Laverne is laughing about it, so her boyfriend does whatever any of us would do and threatens to punch her.
Laverne, I swear to God, I'm gonna smoke you, I mean it!
They just hang around on the raft for a few hours until Dude Bro can't handle it anymore and says they have to swim for it. Uh-oh, no can do! The goop is also fed up of waiting, so it slimes up through the raft boards and drags him through. He does some gymnastics on the way down to show how cool he is. Two left on the raft, they're bound to get out of this, right? They're taking turns watching it through the night while the other one sleeps. Although Poncho decides to just start giving Laverne some little kisses. Now, dude, I don't care what's trying to drag you under the water, but that is not okay. Especially because he caused her to get that goo on her face. Nice job! He doesn't really bother about saving her ass this time and just goes for it. Well, he gets what's coming to him because although he reaches shore, that's no problem for our gooey hero and off he goes to goo another day. So I think that this story really ramped it up in terms of special effects, and although quite a lot of it was waiting around and there wasn't a lot of payoff, it was kind of satisfying to see all the teens get killed. Part 3 of this atypical anthology is my personal favourite. It's the goriest, and chances are if you saw this as a kid, it would have scarred you for life, and that is the mark of a good horror story. Mrs. Lansing is out cheating on her husband with a prostitute. We know this because she keeps throwing money at him. He gave her 6 orgasms though, and neither of these characters let you forget this.
I counted 6 orgasms.
You charge by the orgasm?
Anyway, she's running late and she's trying to think up some good excuses, but then she starts going on about orgasms again.
6, count them, 6 orgasms.
Classic 80s woman smoking in a car, gets ash on the seat, and she hits a man innocently hitchhiking. I can personally think of much better places to hitchhike, but that's beside the point. She did hit him. This dude is definitely dead, right? He looks a mess. I think she starts driving the wrong way down the highway now, but I can't really tell. Another driver finds the guy's body, and a truck driver joins in on the gawking.
Hey, buddy! What the fuck happened?
Wait, it's Steven! Hi, Steve! He does like to turn up in his movies occasionally. Back to Mrs. Lansing. She's just figuring out whether she can live with herself now, because she's killed a guy, and he is definitely dead, when she sees a hitchhiker waving her down. Oh, it couldn't be. Oh, is it?
You're seeing things, bitch.
Oh dear, it's the hitchhiker from before, and he's covered with blood!
Thanks for the ride.
This whole sequence is incredible, and if it weren't for copyright, I'd show you the whole thing. But since we're short on time, I'll just show you some clips of it.
I got you! I got you!
There's always a reason to count on you. And always a reason for the chocolate chew.
Reason, the chocolate chew.
After all this, she's more worried about her car, of course.
Look at this car!
Because he's made a right bloody mess of it, and none of this is on her. Oh, there he is again!
That'll cost you, Mrs. Lance.
There's always a reason.
So this is fine. It was just a dream, and she just hit a tree, and that's sap all over her car. No, wait, this was real. So there's a concise rundown of Creepshow 2. Definitely had a bit of a slow build, but the stories are really memorable. I hope you enjoyed that. You should let me know in the comments below if there are any movies that you want me to cover. But for now, I will wish you a very happy Halloween. Until next time, goodbye.